Got talking about this. Cody and I had breakfast yesterday, so.
And you didn't invite me?
You're at work.
But you didn't even invite me.
We knew you were at work.
All right.
So what, you wanted us to
invite me even though I wasn't going to be able to say yes?
and make your day even worse than it already was?
Yeah, you'd been miserable all day yesterday thinking I missed out, and now you're just thinking about it today. So we spared you one day.
You were this close to quitting yesterday. We would have pushed you over the edge.
That's every day.
we have to be very careful.
I'm a very sensitive guy.
We have our own Bean Boys thread where it's just two beans. I'm like, should we text this to Adam or is this going to...
Oh, I realized I didn't ever hit send on my thing.
Oh. So was it just like an hour and a half of him feeding you like little bits of pancake from his fingertips?
Yes.
Yeah. All
Yes.
right. I'm glad I missed out on that then.
We did go to Hatch.
I thought we were friends, guys. I thought we were friends.
Just pretend like we did invite you and you said no because you had to work.
Yeah, I'm honestly lukewarm about Hatch. I think I could take it or leave it. I'm not a huge breakfast guy, though.
Adam, I wasn't going to go.
Shut up. It was your idea.
No.
It was his idea.
I know it was his idea.
No, Elliot.
No, it wasn't.
I drug him. He's like, let's call it. And I said, no. And I grabbed him by the scruff of his beard and I drug him to breakfast.
The scruff of my beard?
Yeah.
Wow.
So speaking of beards, and we can get back to this, my father-in-law says to my wife yesterday, I'm going to say, I don't think he's going to ever listen to this podcast, so I can talk about him a little bit. He says to my wife the other day, so what's up with Adam's beard?
Yeah.
She goes,
But in like a
what
fun way.
She said, what do you mean?
She
And
goes,
he said,
what do you mean?
He said it very racistly. Didn't
Because there's a lot of red in Adam's beard. There's a lot of red. Don't you think?
no.
What color do you think it is?
White.
I mean, obviously there's gray and white in it, but
Gray and brown. I don't
yeah,
see
at this
red.
point in your life, you can't claim a lot of red. You,
All right.
like, no.
look, guys, you didn't invite me to breakfast. Give me something.
Okay.
Your beard is so red. Yes.
It used to be red. Okay,
It's ridiculously red.
Shut up,
For those of
you
you who
jerks.
can't.
Are
like,
you Irish?
I
Gosh.
can't believe that I'm doing a podcast with you
It
jerks.
consumed at least 45 minutes of our
Of course it did.
pancake time.
Yeah.
But he was like, so what's with Adam's beard? And she goes, what are you talking about? And he goes, oh, it's just a little, I don't think he used the word scraggly, but
Scraggly is the wrong word.
I agree.
Bushy.
Bushy, yeah.
bushy.
He's just not impressed. I said, well, what is he saying? And she goes, well, he just doesn't think that the beards like that are very professional. And I was like, okay, I don't care what you think, so that's fine.
I think you should go with the long hair and beard.
Well, long hair and balding head is not that's not a winning combo. Not for me anyway.
Yeah, we had to.
Yeah, and so then she explained that I'm trying to grow it out to be the same length as my dad, and so I can take a picture with him because he's 80. Who knows when he's going to pass, and he's real strong though, so I'm not expecting anytime soon. But then he was like, "Oh, okay, all right." He wasn't impressed by it. This is coming from a guy I have never seen him with facial hair. Have you?
No.
I've never seen him with a mustache. I've never seen him with maybe with a day of scruff.
Maybe. Yeah.
There are some people,
But that generation,
yeah, there's some people who really viewed that as like wrong to have facial hair, like, which is weird because for most of human history we've probably just not been clean shaven.
Yeah.
Yeah, he is one of those guys that comes from like Billy Graham, Southern Baptist, no dancing, no facial hair. You don't swim with the shirt off, like.
Which you would think
Like,
a beard would be more
it's a
modest
very
than
specific-
exposing your naked chin.
It's a very specific type of person. Like,
Yeah. I think
like,
it's a post.
and he was a leader, like an example for everyone. So, that it's like, why do people wear suits to work? It's the most uncomfortable thing to work in. But if you're a leader, you're expected to be dressed to the nines. Like,
I think it all comes from post World War II, because after World War II, the GIs came home. GIs had to be clean shaven the whole time. It got drilled into them. They drilled it into their kids, and then I think their kids tried to drill it into the next generation, and that generation was like, I'd rather smoke drugs and
grow my hair out,
and play cool music. And
that
makes
we
a lot of
ended up
sense.
with Mike's story.
I do all that stuff except drugs. So I grew my hair out, played music. But my dad's got a long beard. I grew up.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I'd like to see. Are we allowed to use their names?
Like my dad?
Yeah, and her dad.
No.
So I'd like to see her dad make that comment to your dad.
Oh yeah, he'd never do that. He would never say that. I don't know what possessed him to say that though about me, but I don't know. It's fine. But that's like I'm going off on a wild tangent. I am so tired of people getting offended over everything. Like, why should he not be able to have an opinion about my beard? I don't think he's dumb for having an opinion about my beard.
Sure.
I think it's great. It shows that he's actually thinking about something.
I have an opinion about your beard, but I'm polite enough to keep it to myself.
Is your opinion jealousy? Is that what it is?
Yes. It is jealousy. You're getting pretty long there. It's impressive.
It is pretty long. I thought it was longer than yours, but I don't think it is.
It's close.
It's close, but I don't think it's
yours
there.
used to be real long.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You've turned it
I
back.
went to the barbershop and they evened it all out for me after years of cutting it for myself, and lost quite a bit of it.
You did lose a lot of it.
But they shaped it up nicely, so
Yeah.
Does your beard tickle your chest when you don't have a shirt on? Does that ever happen to you?
of course,
It does, right?
yeah.
Yeah. It is the weirdest. It's just started happening.
Mine is not long enough for that, so I don't know that sensation.
It just started happening to me in the last few weeks. And I was going to bed and I was, dropped my head just a little bit and it like rubs and I was like, what is on my
What
it's
is
on my
rubbing its
face.
fingers through my chest hair?
And it's my face.
My
and
face
then
hair.
Does your beard hair ever
get
tangle
locked.
with your
Yeah, and
with
then
your
you can't
chest
move
hair?
your head up, and you're just like a dolphin. And that's exactly what I say. Okay, so I interrupted your breakfast conversation. So what did you guys?
Oh yeah,
talk about
you were
at
bringing
breakfast?
something up, and
Yeah, you guys were trying to make me feel bad because I didn't get to go to breakfast with
no,
you.
That was
you-
kind of the gist of the whole conversation. Just try to remind Adam that we do things without him sometimes.
you
It's funny.
we have lives outside of him.
It's funny because when I got home, I was talking to Leslie, and she's like, "Is it gonna be weird that Adam wasn't there?" And I was like, I don't think so because sometimes Cody and Adam get together and do stuff without me.
No, we don't.
They do they have like volleyball, and I'm always hearing about. Oh, we were talking last night for a couple hours at volleyball practice, and I'm like, call me up, bring me into the conversation. But no, just the two of them. So I didn't feel bad at all.
I'm such a narcissist, and I don't know if that's the right. I think it's the right word. I'm such a
that's the right
narcissist
word.
that I just assume that you guys get together and talk about me.
Well, that was going to be my follow-up question. As a percentage, how much of your breakfast yesterday was taken up with talking about me?
Yeah, probably zero.
Guess what we talked? Guess
we talked-
of the three of us. Guess which one we talked about?
Cody.
Bingo!
That's what a narcissist is. Ding, ding, ding.
We talked more about Chad than we did about you. Oh my gosh.
Oh wow. Now this is gonna make the thing we were talking about. And I don't even remember how we got onto this, but this is the stupidest thing ever. We were talking about. I think it started with, kind of randomly referencing Winnie the Poohing it, which
We're gonna have to
Are we just throwing this whole episode away? Is this a poop? Is this a poop joke?
No, Winnie the Pooh.
Yeah.
Oh, he doesn't know.
You don't know what Winnie the Poohing
Oh,
is.
guys, come on.
Is when
What
you
are we
just
doing?
walk around with the shirt on. You're just winning it.
Just a shirt. Oh my gosh. What are we doing?
But he said he said he was Daffy Ducking it, which is.
That's what I would have thought.
But then I corrected him. I was like, well, no, Daffy Duck doesn't wear any clothes. Daffy Duck is just a duck. Donald Duck has a top.
Oh yeah,
right.
Yeah. Okay.
But then that got me thinking, why is that? Like Warner Brothers, Bugs Bunny, Daffy Duck, like they're all unclothed animals. And you look at it and you're like, that's
Tasmanian
fine.
Devil. Yeah.
That's fine. But then Disney went with putting partial clothes on all their animals. And it makes it weird because then you're like,
They didn't put the right clothes on.
yeah, because it's like, all right, Donald Duck's wearing a shirt, but where are his pants? And then if you actually watch the show, he gets out of the shower sometimes and he's got a towel wrapped around his waist.
That's true.
But then you're like,
and then
somehow-
some animals do have pants on, like
Yeah.
like Goofy.
yeah. And so it's kind of like, well, by clothing them, you've made it more obvious that they're kind of naked. Whereas Bugs Bunny, I've never thought about him being naked. He's just Bugs Bunny.
Right now, you can't get it out of your head.
You don't.
And now I'm like, by trying to put clothes on them, you made them more awkward a little
Yeah.
bit. It's kind of weird.
Yeah, you don't think about Bugs Bunny being naked until he dresses up as a woman.
Yeah.
Like we're just gonna throw this whole
Yeah, I
podcast
think
away.
so. I think
I
so.
don't think this is gonna go anywhere. So since we're
this
doing that, like,
Yeah.
This will be like our closeted episode,
Yeah. We'll reveal this at the very last.
only for our Patreons.
oh my gosh. So I was talking to Natalie the other day, and I don't remember what the context was. I think it was about music, and I was like, yeah, that song used to be in the old cartoons. I think it was like the Blue Danube Waltz, and I think there were a few cartoons where they used that song. And she goes, man, those old cartoons were the best. And this is totally appropriate for this conversation. I said, and wildly racist.
Yeah.
And she goes, were they? And I was like, oh yeah. And man, they really, really were.
Yeah.
They were so racist. Like I've gone back, like you see a montage of them on TikTok or YouTube or whatever. It's hard to watch.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard to look at Bugs Bunny the same right now.
Yeah.
I'm kind of surprised that like Six Flags and Warner Brothers haven't just like said, we're just gonna throw that intellectual property away and try to come up with something totally new.
Yeah, they've banned a lot of those episodes. Like you can't even get them anymore. Some of them because it's like,
Oh, I
we had to
bet.
like hide this and get rid of this. And
I bet.
there's some stuff in there.
So, do I even want to know what the context of, since we're throwing this episode away, what was the context of Winnie the Poohing it? Who was Winnie the Poohing?
I don't even remember.
Or did Cody
Neither
just-
of us. We were in public.
Well, of course not. But it was someone was like, when you're Winnie the Pooh.
You said it. You said something about Daffy Duck in it, and I was like, wait a minute, Daffy or Don? And then that got me thinking, like, wait a minute, why does it? But I can't remember why you were. He was Donald Ducking it or talking about Donald Ducking it. I don't know.
So weird. So what else did you guys talk about without me?
We actually had a really good conversation about the exiting expectations of people in the ministry and nonprofit organizations.
You opened it up to just everywhere.
It should be everywhere, but
Like when you leave an organization?
Yeah.
like when you're leaving.
Which Cody standards, I mean, I don't disagree with them, but they're high, and I don't think very many places do that, if ever.
No, it's not. It's not a standard practice. The standard is like we said. It's 2 weeks. Who came up with the 2 week? Like, that's the appropriate amount of time to let someone know that you're leaving. Like, that's not like my argument is if you work here. If you go to Hunter and say, hey, here's my 2-week notice, I need to be gone in 2 weeks. Mm-hmm. My argument is, where's the Christ in that? You can't tell me that God gave you a 2-week deadline and you got to be out of here in 2 weeks. Like,
yeah, I can. I mean, if that's what God told me to do, then I can. So
God doesn't tell people you need to give 2 weeks notice and be gone. You're thinking of like a worst case scenario, like things are bad, I'm not happy, like something horrible, and I need to get my family out of here.
Look, I don't put God in a box. If he tells me to do something and he puts a timeline on it,
It is within the realm of possibility
yes,
that could happen.
Is it probable? Probably not.
Yeah, that
I'm pushing against your language here.
yeah, it just stop.
He got enough of that from me yesterday.
Yeah.
Did you say the same thing?
Yeah, I argued a little bit with him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He doesn't like
We
it
were
when we
yeah,
challenge him.
yeah.
Classic Cody.
Yeah. It ruined
Shirt
that.
idea.
Yeah.
Classic Cody.
Like it.
Me too.
Classic Cody.
No, I understand that God has the right to demand anything out of any of us. But the 2-week notice is not a biblical standard.
No.
It's the likelihood, the normal, like,
It's just the cultural
if,
norm.
yeah, if somebody, the 2-week standard smacks of someone who is not listening to God and has God's glory and the betterment of his church on their mind.
You are taking a really hard stance on this.
I am.
He did, and he explained it, and I was like, you're not necessarily wrong. I do think that if everyone was operating in good faith and doing the right thing, then yes, if you were, because this was what we talked about is okay, you're at a job and you're like, I'm not happy here, I want to move on.
To say any job is the main focus is ministers and nonprofit organizations. Like, that's kind of where my focus was.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I think we're really talking about the church.
This thought originally stems from the church. Okay. And my position is that we have a problem with the way that ministers exit churches. That it's not a passing of the torch, it's a dropping of it and leaving it for someone else to pick up.
Oh, okay. I think you're really coming down too hard on this. Like, way too hard.
I don't think so.
I know. My conclusion after talking to him was, what he's describing is, yes, a best case scenario, but it doesn't happen. And because it doesn't happen largely because at some point in the process, there's probably some sinful attitude on somebody's part involved.
Yeah.
And that's always going to be probably the case in every situation. So it's going to be difficult to actually accomplish this. Though it's not wrong to say that's not a good high standard that you should have.
I mean, think about Hunter. If he came to the church on Sunday and said, I'm not happy here, I feel like God is calling me away, I'm giving my 2 weeks notice. Mm-hmm. Does that seem in line with meeting the high standards of God and Christ? Does that strike you as everything is perfectly fine? That's the best way to approach it?
Well, no, but it's such a more nuanced thing than you can't just put some hard and fast rule that it's terrible to do 2 weeks notice. The reality is it's a cultural norm. Okay. It's just a standard. Now, under ideal situations, you have somebody who is ready to leave and they have found a new job. And so they have communicated with that new place and with the current place
well in advance.
In some amount, well, whatever is appropriate, whatever that turns out to be.
Yeah.
They've let all parties know, and by the time they actually announce, they've established a time, and it's usually a couple of weeks. Now, do they stretch it out into a few months? No. No. Tulsi Gabbard just resigned from Director of National Intelligence. Did you guys see this? Mm-hmm. Okay. Mm-hmm. She resigned because her husband has a rare form of bone cancer. She didn't give a 2-week notice. She said she's going to stay through the end of June. Okay. She's the Director of National Intelligence for the United States of America. And she effectively has given them 5 weeks. Okay. And the acting director is going to be her number 2. All makes sense. There's plenty of time to pass the torch.
Yeah.
Okay. That's really all it comes down to. They've got somebody right there who can take the place of Tulsi Gabbard. Most churches don't have somebody. It's going to take them a year, 2, maybe 3 years to find a new pastor these days. And when it comes to something like a worship person, it could be another 2 or 3 months, 6 months, children's director. I mean, it just depends. Like, who knows? It's such a nuanced thing. In ideal circumstances, we'd have like we have here with Jordan, where he says, I feel called away. And then the church has made arrangements. They've found an interim. He's going to be here. I think he starts next week or something after Memorial Day. And so he's going to be here working with Jordan. And then we get to celebrate Jordan's departure, get to cheer him on. And and that's the way it should be when someone leaves. But that doesn't.
Which is exactly, I think after all of it is only Cody's point. That's the way it should be.
And it should be that way.
Yeah.
But
But it never is going to be.
But these are ideal situations that we're talking about.
Yeah.
Except I'm not saying Tulsi resigning is an ideal situation.
And I will always push back against it will never be that way, or that's the way it should be, and it isn't. That we don't lower our expectations just because, like, we don't lower the standards because we don't believe that it could ever be met. That's part of the problem, is that no one, like, this is, like, Jordan's exit is the first time that I've seen this. Like,
yeah, I have not. I've seen it like this before.
And that was kind of what started this conversation, because he's like, I've never seen it before. And I was like, honestly, I'd never have either. It's a really good way. It's a really healthy way, I think, what's happening right now. But I've never seen it before.
I'll tell you when it happened. Let me share. Like, the last church that I left because I felt like my children, their spiritual development was more important than me being in ministry in this particular church. I have a greater duty to my children than I do to the people of that church. Okay? And I felt like I had permission from God to step down and find somewhere closer to home so my kids could have godly Christian relationships close to home, which we have found. It took some time, but we found it, right? When I communicated that to the pastor, and he told the deacons, and I got to tell the church, it was only a couple hundred people in the church, it's pretty small. We celebrated. He said, stay for a couple months, stay through the summer, give everybody plenty of time to say goodbye. We'll have a big party. We'll celebrate you leaving, and we can make this a peaceful thing. I said, absolutely. I'll do whatever you want. And Hunter was giving me a hard time about this the other day, but the first time I met Hunter, I said to him, if you don't want me to be the worship minister, that's fine. You're in charge. Just tell me, and I'll work with you, and we'll figure out an exit strategy that makes sense. I didn't want to leave, and I told him that, but I don't want to, my personal philosophy is don't ever disrupt the unity of the church. Like, I'm not going to be that guy. I'm not going to hurt a church. So I would just leave peacefully. And I let him know that, because that's how I feel. But I have seen that. So this is not unusual for me with Jordan. And I've seen it, I've heard about it other places too.
But it's not the norm.
It's not the norm. And this is what I was getting to. It's not the norm because people usually leave churches for really bad reasons.
Yes. And that was my point. It's like the reason that this standard doesn't happen is that there's usually sin involved on somebody's part. Mm-hmm. And, bad attitudes of the person leaving, bad faith on the church, towards that person.
I'm sorry, I said usually. The majority of times, it's because somebody has another position and they have to leave, and then they leave. But even when I've seen that before, there's usually a celebration and they send them out happily, assuming they were a pastor that people actually wanted to celebrate. Like, because some guys, I'm sorry, I'm not going to pretend that all pastors and all ministers are good guys. Like, they're not.
Yeah.
Some of them aren't.
It's true. You just want Cody, I think, is concerned, and correct me if I'm wrong on this, that because the bad example is happening more often, that we are in a danger of seeing that as the standard or the norm or maybe good or acceptable.
It is. I can
And
tell
we
from this
shouldn't.
conversation that the standard gets dropped because of the bad behavior.
The worst case scenario.
Yeah.
The lowest common denominator.
And my idea behind this is ministers, people who come into work and are in influential positions, there's no talk about your exit. That your exit from an organization is more important than your entry. That you can cause trauma from your exit, even if it's not a bad situation. So I gave Elliot, when we were at the children's home the first time, Jessica and I felt like our time there was done, and we went to our boss and said, hey, we feel like our time here is done. And the conversation, what I gave them was, we're not in a rush. Let's start looking for someone. When you find them, we will train them. We'll teach them the critical parts of the job, and then we'll transition out. And whether it takes 6 days or 6 months, it doesn't matter. Like, we're here to just say, God is calling us away. Here's our 2 weeks notice. And there is no replacement for us. No, like, that creates trauma on those kids that were there, and then all of a sudden we're not, and there's no one to replace us. That just walking away, that's, what kind of standard is that? So there's what I fight for is that when someone is hired at a church or a nonprofit organization, or they are talking about the expectations of what it looks like when you're ready to leave. Because we don't have those expectations. The expectation is 2 weeks. Like, that's the standard that we've put on stuff.
Yeah, I still think it's way more nuanced than what you're saying. The other side of the coin is, in business nowadays, like, it's in private sector, it's super common. You put your 2 weeks notice in, they'll go ahead and just walk you out the door. It doesn't matter what level you're at, and they do that for liability reasons. They don't want you trashing company documents or stealing corporate information, sabotaging machines. Like, there's some trust issues, and some companies are just walking you out the door. And I can see some churches doing that. Like, if you're the head pastor and you're like, hey, I think I'm going to resign. If it hasn't been super harmonious between you and like the rest of the leadership of the church, I can see them just asking you to leave so that you don't get up there from the pulpit and saying something really terrible.
Well, I would say the church kicking a guy out like that is sinful on the church's part.
I mean,
because we have the responsibility to meet Christ's standards.
yeah, not liking something and it being sinful are two different things.
Well, if you're saying if it's unharmonious, I mean, you keep going back to bad scenarios, but just because I'm struggling or I'm having a problem doesn't mean that you get to change the way you treat me. Like, we still have a certain level of Christ-like standard to meet with pastors that are struggling or that we're not getting along with. Like, we create trauma on them by saying, "Oh, well, we don't want your 2 weeks notice. Get out."
I think.
You think Christ would say that?
What do you think, Elliot?
I think you're effectively both saying the same thing, sort of. Cody is talking about, in a perfect scenario, this is what happens. And Adam is saying, and Elliot is saying, but we have sinful situations a lot. And I think Cody's point is, yes, but the sinful situation doesn't excuse the bad behavior. Like, you do have to deal with that. And that does describe why a lot of the things, maybe it's comparative to marriage, and you look at, 50% of marriages in divorce, and you're like, oh, our culture has kind of come and said divorce is just very common.
Right.
It shouldn't be, right? And yes, we can probably look at some very extreme cases where divorce was, there was abuse or there was something like that. But most of the divorce is a result of one or both parties engaging in sinful behavior, right? And so where do we draw the line between, okay, we have a high standard for marriage, but we also have to account for sin, but do we let the accounting for sin degrade our high standard? The accounting for sin shouldn't degrade the high standard, which is what I think Cody is trying to articulate. But you also do have
consequences for sin, too.
Yes, absolutely, there is consequence for sin.
But I'm not talking about sinful situations. I'm talking about
Best
situations with Jordan. If Braden wants to leave, my feeling is, if he's like, I want to look for a different church, he should tell Hunter that before he starts looking.
Well,
he doesn't, like, Hunter is his boss.
Let me pull down the veil for you a little bit. And I'm not saying that any of our ministers in our church are leaving, but what you're describing is what happens. That is 100% what happens. For those people who have good relationships with their senior pastor or senior leadership, they have these discussions. This is a regular thing. In the secular world, my boss and I, whenever I have thought about looking, I have let him know. Okay? And would I still just give him 2 weeks? Yes, because there's a transition period that has to take place for me to take a new job. But what you're saying, it really, really does happen. I'm not, like, you've seen this before, right? Like, it may not execute visibly like that, but behind the scenes, it 100% happens. I can't even tell you how many ministers I've talked to. It's been dozens who have said that is the way that they have taken, that's how they have left a church. They've had those conversations with people.
And it doesn't have to even be leaving. Just, I'm looking at options to see what's out there.
I know. And those are conversations that do happen.
Yeah.
I promise you they happen. Do they make them all public? No. Because that would not be harmonious.
Yeah. No, and I think that in good situations that does happen. Like, there's always going to be bad examples or bad situations where it's not happening. But if everything is healthy, that is what happens and should happen. And
our church does not have a standard or an expectation when we hire someone.
I don't know that that's true.
I don't.
For their exit.
Yeah,
it's like a policy that we have.
We don't
written
have a
down.
policy written down.
Yeah,
but I don't know that there's.
I don't know that any church has a policy for that. I don't know that you need to formalize this. Like, it's something that people do when you have trust built up, is what it comes down to. My former church, I trusted my pastor. I still love him. I still talk to him. Okay, and I haven't seen him in 2 years, and I've been gone from the church for 4. I still love the guy. I could call him right now and confess my sins to him, and I would have no problem talking to him.
I would argue that if a church had that policy, it's probably because there is no trust in the church. Like, if you have to have the policy written down like that, then that's because you don't trust people to do the right thing. But if you don't have it and you're trusting people, like, this is it is an expectation without being a policy.
Well, I would argue that if you don't have a written out expectation and you haven't expressed it, then people cannot meet it. Like, if you don't know what I'm expecting, I can't
I
get
think it should be a
upset
conversation, but I don't know that it should be a written policy.
but it's like for me with our renters, like they'll park in the yard unless I explicitly tell them not to. And I get furious. Like, who parks in their yard
I do.
on a normal basis? Like, who leaves giant ruts in their yard?
It's not their yard; it's your yard.
Right. It's
That's true.
so
Which is
if
why
I
I park on my yard.
so we have a list of expectations. Hey, these are things. If I don't tell them not to do that, then they'll do it. I shouldn't just expect them to know that I don't like them parking in the yard.
I guess. I don't think there's any need for it. I think it's just a hallmark of good leadership. A good leader is going to be tuned into his team, and he's going to know if somebody's thinking about leaving. Like, you want someone who's pretty empathetic, leading everybody. Or you need to make sure you have somebody empathetic on your team that's got his radar up, and he can go to the lead guy and be like, hey, Joe's looking at leaving. You might want to go talk to him. But I don't think you need a policy. I don't know.
I think
fast
having
and loose with that sort of
expectations
thing.
is important.
I think having expectations is fine.
Having
but-
expectations is important. You should have expectations, and you should, as the leader, communicate those expectations.
Yeah.
I don't know that the best way to communicate those expectations are in a written policy.
Yeah.
Don't get hung up on the policy
Okay.
thing, guys.
I do think you should have
It's-
a good leader has expectations and communicates those to those under him.
Yeah. And if one church is doing it, then the next one can do it as well. That's
I'm glad I didn't go to breakfast with you guys yesterday.
Can I? I'm going to tell him myself. I did something at breakfast yesterday that I have. That I have not done in a long time, but it's ridiculous that it's happened to me more than once. The first time this happened to me, maybe it's understandable. I was pretty young.
Do I get to guess what it was?
No, because I don't think you'll ever guess.
Well, now I have to guess.
All right, guess.
So it's something you did at breakfast that you shouldn't have done.
That I should have known better about. I had a perception that was incorrect.
You had an incorrect perception that resulted in a failure.
Basically, yes.
This is a good one.
And I've done this a couple times.
Is it
and
food related?
Yes. And it always I'm like, why am I so stupid?
You added too much salt.
No.
You poured maple syrup on your eggs.
You're giving me way too much credit for how stupid this is. Cody was there, and he didn't even notice it.
You ate pancakes with a spoon.
That's an acceptable way to eat pancakes.
That's not true. Okay, I get one more. You asked for ice for your coffee.
No, that's gross.
you put cream in your coffee?
I did put cream in my coffee.
I've been putting copious amounts of cream. That was the other thing I was going to bring up. I'll do it later. Go ahead. Okay, I don't know. What was it?
Well, as an aside, because before I forget, we were at breakfast, and you know what he does at breakfast.
Yeah, he
right?
brings his own creamer.
He had a water bottle, like a metal water bottle, and I thought it was a water bottle. And then he gets his coffee, and he just unscrews the top, and then pours out his cream. It was a huge bottle of cream, and I was like, I can't believe I forgot that he brings his own cream.
Did he meow meow at the top of it? Like he did that one time?
No, he did not.
he licked the-
he did not lick the top.
he licked
No,
the-
it wasn't
like
like
the
a
lid?
mason jar.
Okay. Like that one time.
Yeah, no, I thought it was a water bottle. And so he went to the bathroom, and I ordered coffee. And I was like, oh, cream for the coffee,
Yeah, yeah.
And then they brought out the cream, and then he pulls his water bottle. He pushes the cream aside. And then he unscrews the water bottle and just like pouring this. It's a metal water bottle. You can see it was that. And he pours his cream. I was like, I can't believe I didn't account for that. All right, I'll just go ahead and tell you. So, this is so stupid. I was trying to decide what to order on the menu.
This is a lot of buildup.
I know.
This better be wildly stupid.
It is wildly stupid. I was trying to decide, and I was like, I should get eggs. I should get protein. I was like, I want to do some chicken. And so, what did I order, Cody?
Chicken fried steak.
Oh my
And I was
gosh.
anticipating chicken.
Oh my
I don't know why. I do that all the time, and I cut into it. I was like, this is steak. And I'm like, yes, it's chicken
And it's
fried
barely even steak.
It's barely even steak. I was so mad. I was like, I wanted, because there is chicken fried chicken.
Yeah.
And I was looking at the steak and eggs, And I was like, nah, I'm not going to get steak. I'm going to get chicken. And then I saw chicken fried steak, and I got that. Like an idiot. And I was like, I cut into it, and I was like, this is steak. This is not chicken. And I've done that a handful of times. Like the first time I ordered chicken fried steak, I thought, this is like, I'm expecting in my mind chicken. And I don't know what it is about it, but regularly, I'll even admit it's regularly, I'll order chicken fried steak and be like, oh, it's not chicken. So
this is something that's happened more than once?
Yeah, that's why I said it's why it's so embarrassing.
You've
And
got
it happened
kind
again.
of skewed worldview.
Yeah,
Down
I read
in your
the
core.
chicken, and my brain turns off after that and doesn't finish reading the rest of the words. And I'm always like, oh, and I like chicken fried steak. I'm never like, oh, I hate this, but I'm always like, it's not chicken. Dang it,
Man,
I'm thinking of like
now how stupid was that? That was pretty stupid.
like Elliot's worldview. We have these like core beliefs down right at the center that just hold us together. He's got like Christ is king, I love Leslie, chicken fried steak is chicken. And he just
Those are all
he can't. It's just stuck. He can't pull it off and examine it and throw it away. It's just
that's pretty bad.
yeah. Isn't that terrible?
It reminds me of the George Bush quote, fool me once, shame on me. Fool me can't fool me again.
I love that.
It's my favorite George Bush quote.
Oh man.
Do I get the card for that? I got you both laughing.
Sure.
If I have to ask for it, I don't get it. Never mind.
That's pretty good.
Okay.
I think George Bush gets the card for that.
Oh, man.
That's his thing.
He had
yeah.
some zingers. He had some zingers. Okay.
Anyway, all right. So
We
I've
say
made
that
myself
regularly in our house. I was
that's
just
awesome.
saying it last
I don't know. I'm sure I've heard that, but
You need to go home and watch him actually say it. It is impressive.
Yeah,
Because he was
it's
on
a weird cadence.
It's,
Like, yeah.
he's on the campaign trail. Okay, I'm going to do my best George Bush impersonation. Fool me once. Shame on me. And he bites his lip. Fool me can't fool me again. And he just says it as fast as he can because it's like he realized
he didn't know how to finish it,
and he just got out of it.
You know what's funny? It's like anybody who's ever done public speaking knows
yeah.
Yeah, that's one of the...
Sometimes your brain just shuts
yeah.
off.
your
Yeah,
brain.
it
It's
happens.
like I've talked to you about leading worship. Sometimes when I'm leading worship, it's like somebody just reaches up like an old Nintendo and just hits the reset button, and only my body mechanics are keeping the song going. That
Yeah.
I've got the rhythm, and I have lost the melody, the key, the next phrase. It's the worst, and you're just like, and if you're by yourself, it's a nightmare. That's why I never lead by myself. I'm sure I've told you this, but it was like 3 or 4 years ago. Derek came and helped lead worship at Falls Creek with me, and we were singing "Good Good Father," and I was leading it, and I think I came off the chorus and forgot what was next, and I was just stuck on the E chord, and Derek, being a seasoned veteran, looked over at me and saw the glaze and the deer in the headlights look, and he stepped right up to his mic and just took over.
That happens sometimes. That's why
It's the best.
I very, very, very rarely speak off the cuff in church from when leading worship. I actually believe it's one of the things that's made me a successful worship leader is that I say as little as possible. I just sing the songs, let everybody worship, and then let the person who's been preparing to speak all week long, let him handle that part.
But you do use restraint on that, but then you do share on occasion, and it is delightful.
Oh, thanks. Well, and when I do it,
You do it because you do it reservedly.
yeah, and man, I've got to feel like the Lord is just saying, I'm telling you, you need to say this. It's okay. I'm giving you permission. But I don't make a habit of it.
I would say, after seeing you for so many years, I can tell now when you speak. It's not just it's not just the Lord giving you permission to speak, but I would say your bot, like the way you're standing, is that the congregation is giving you permission to speak to them. That we have given you that authority and that trust to speak to us in a moment, and you have eased into it slowly. But now when you do it, you do it with authority. Like, it's okay for me to do this. The Lord and you have given me permission to do it. Which, to Elliot's point, ends up it being very good.
I appreciate that.
Because there's a level of confidence required when you're speaking to people.
Well, thanks. That was nice. One of the nicest things about leading worship is when an older individual comes up to me and says, what was the name of that new song that we sang? And they'll know like 3 words from it, and then I get to play the lyric game in my head and then tell them what it is, and they're really grateful for it. That's one of the best feelings in the world. That happened to me just last Sunday. An older person came up and was like, what was the... And it was...
Was it my mom?
No.
She did that to me in the middle of one of the songs you were singing.
Oh, really? Which one was it?
Run to the Father.
That one spoke to her. She liked that one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She wanted me to look it up on the spot.
This was another Cody Carnes song. It was Nothing Else that we did just a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
And wonderful, wonderful song. But anyway... But what I was going to say a second ago when you first started talking about Cody bringing all this French vanilla creamer in, I went by my local gas station and got some coffee this morning. And they have the automatic thing where you put the coffee and you push the touch triggering.
Yeah.
I guess they all have those now. Now, at QT, they've got these bottles in the coolers of the
creamers. Yeah.
creamers, right?
Yeah.
The Maverick I went to, they actually had a dispenser where you just like pressed and it would just put it would fill your entire cup up with creamer.
It's like a Canadian style bag of creamer sitting in a vending machine.
I don't know what that means. It sounds racist though. But they had the French vanilla
milk in a bag.
They had French vanilla on the left and then they had hazelnut on the right. And I was looking at that and I was like, who drinks hazelnut in their coffee?
Elliot is raising his hand.
Do you really?
If I have creamer, I like an occasional hazelnut.
Why? I'd say it tastes terrible.
No, it doesn't.
I think you're mistaken. And this is what I was getting to. Like, how I can't imagine that there are that many people who drink hazelnut that it deserves its own dedicated side of the creamer.
This is the thing.
Agreed.
Thank you.
Agreed.
Thank you. Finally, Cody and I agree.
This
I
is what
have been
cracks me up.
tricked by hazelnut a couple times, or forced
it
into
sneaks up on you like if you're not looking for it, and it
jumps
you just
you
have to pour
in
your
the dark
coffee
alley.
out.
Yeah,
and you're like,
like-
well, I guess I'm not having caffeine today.
Yeah.
I guess I'm gonna fall asleep at 2:00.
Paid $2.50 to dump this out.
Wow. Okay. So,
You like it?
yeah, hazelnut creamer's good.
You're nasty.
What is wrong with you?
You nasty.
But this is what
You're like the
this is
kind
what
of
cracks
guy
me
who
up
orders
about
a chicken
Adam.
fried steak instead of chicken fried chicken.
He's not upset.
Are you-
He's upset.
You're going to breakfast with Chad later, aren't you? That's the kind of person you
Me
are.
and Chad like our hazelnut creamer.
Oh man,
bet. I
Chad is
bet.
the type of guy I would expect to drink hazelnut. The fact that you are
He's a
admitting
hazelnut
to
creamer
it,
kind of guy.
you might need to be heresy instead of me. Maybe I go to be beans for a while, and you can be
Yeah.
heresy. How
Fine,
about that?
I'll be heresy for a while. If liking hazelnut creamer is heresy, which
What
I don't
is it-
even do a lot of.
What
creamer.
is it about? What is it about?
Whatever. Only
Hazelnut. It's good. It's not. I don't know how to describe. What's good about French vanilla? Like
It's vanilla. It's
I like
sweet.
it. Yeah.
It's wonderful. Like
Yeah, hazelnut. It's got a
refreshing.
nutty flavor.
it's
good.
French.
I hate the idea of a nutty flavor. Like, I love nuts.
Hazelnut.
And hazelnut is like the worst of the nuts. Like,
It is.
Why
It's
would you
not
want
even a
that?
nut.
Like, why don't they have peanut butter creamer or like?
I'm sure they
pecan
do
creamer?
have peanut butter creamer.
or pecan or walnut cream. Those nuts actually taste good.
If they called it hazel butter creamer, would you like?
No,
better.
it wouldn't.
It wouldn't be better.
It wouldn't.
By the way, this is what it felt like to be me about 30 minutes ago. Could not say anything. Right.
turn
It
soon.
feels good.
Well, it's about to be because I was.
Only a psycho who would kill his brother for a stupid plastic coin would drink hazelnut.
That's what made me laugh about Adam. He gets so upset that things are marketed to small groups of people.
Ridiculously small. Ridiculously
It shouldn't
small.
matter.
100%
Why does it matter?
right.
He was. I remember.
You know what
I was
it was?
listening to the episode.
Hold
where-
on, real quick.
Yeah.
You know what it was, though? They had the people who developed the creamer stations were like, okay, guys, I got this great idea. Instead of having actual bottles that are going to go bad, let's have it self-contained so it's airtight. It'll preserve the creamer longer. And everybody's in the room, and they're like, this is a great idea. We're going to put 3 French vanilla stations all in a row. And then the one guy in the back is like, you can't put 3 of them in a row. You got to only have one. And then you got to have an alternate option so that people will actually pick the French vanilla. You could just leave the other side empty because no one's ever going to use it. But do something stupid like hazelnut. That's what you have to have. That's what happened. Okay? And then everybody's like, good, Scar. We like that because the guy's name is Scar who says that. Okay? And really, when you open up the French vanilla creamer station, there's no hazelnut bag. It's just this gigantic Canadian-sized bag of French vanilla creamer that extends underneath the counter and takes up the whole, because that's the only thing people drink. Nobody drinks it. And then the one guy who goes in there and they push it on there and it's for hazelnut, and then he turns around and he goes, my name's Elliot. Where's the hazelnut? That only happens once every 10 years because you don't even drink hazelnut.
That should have been your short story.
Yeah.
Scar is a much cooler name than Elliot.
Scar was the genius who knows that
Yeah.
nobody's going to drink French vanilla.
Nobody's going to take ideas from
hazelnut.
Elliot.
I've got so much. I don't even know where to start.
Go ahead.
Hey, maybe you change your name at work. You might get a little more respect.
Scar.
That would be awesome. I'll give you $100 if Tuesday or whenever you go back to work, because you're on vacation, you go back to work and to everybody, including upper management, you tell them, just so you know, I have adopted the name of Scar.
I could
and I
raise
will
this-
only
I could raise the
name
stakes
Scar.
myself because we're allowed to enter our own names in our Teams app. So I could just go in and change it to
Elliot
Scar
Scar.
Freeman.
Man.
But not for
That would
$100.
be-
I need a lot more money to do that.
Yeah. Okay, what were you going to say?
I don't even know anymore. I feel like I'm going to open my mouth up and get razzed for hazelnut again. Adam gets the thing that he's upset about is that hazelnut is marketed. I don't even think he's mad at hazelnut because this is the same thing
I
with the
am mad at
tartar dyskinesia thing that you're. You say it because you don't say it right. Tardive dyskinesia.
Tardive is dyskinesia.
Yeah, you say tardive. I don't
It
think
is
it's
tardive.
It's tardive.
Tardive. I think it's
The
tardive.
commercial I saw
Okay.
over and over again said tardive dyskinesia.
But the biggest thing you're angry about is that, what is it? Only 9 people have it, so why is
7.
it 7 people have it, so why are they marketing to it? Like, well, so what? What if they want to market to 7 people?
It's dumb.
What if they want to give hazelnut to the 7 of us who like hazelnut? So what?
But to dedicate half of the creamer station for it,
A
when you
third.
could have 2 or 3 hazelnut stations? I mean, Scar had a good point, but for crying out loud. Just like little bitty cups for the hazelnut junkies. It does bother me, and I don't know why.
That's
You're
what I
right.
wanted you to say.
You're right.
That's what I
Adam,
wanted you to say.
You're right.
Adam has put all of his eggs in the basket of assuming that 90% of the world drinks French vanilla creamer.
Yes.
I think that's probably about right. When it comes to
I would
creamer.
grant you that more people drink French vanilla than drink hazelnut. But I think
yeah,
there is
by a lot.
enough people who drink hazelnut that they keep stocking it.
I don't think so. And I think that if we look it up right now, what we're going to see is probably like 60% French vanilla and 40% hazelnut. But then if we dig deeper, we're going to see that that was promoted by the Hazelnut Creamer Corporation. Okay? It's not going to, or the hazelnut growers of, it's not going to be, the French vanilla people, they know. They know it. They know that they're on top. They know they're 90%. They can see it in their yearly EBITDA statements.
Instead of big pharma, it's big hazelnut.
Yeah, well, they're not even big. They're posing. Nobody likes
They're
Hazelnut.
lobbying.
Hazelnut is generally right behind French vanilla as the second or third place creamer.
I know. I'm sure that that's what it says, but I'm sure that if you look at it, it's going to be the Hazelnut Grower Association that's the one that came up with that statistic. Go ahead.
It does say that was by Big Hazelnut.
They're at it again.
They've got their own lobbying group.
Those devils.
Dang.
Wow. Okay. That took a turn. I didn't know we were going to go down that rabbit hole. That was fun.
Give us another
I
one.
haven't had hazelnut in a while. I'm bringing hazelnut to our next podcast.
Or maybe
Drinking
Adam, you
hazelnut
give
coffee.
us something that we can tag team you on.
Something to get mad at me about? I
Yeah.
don't know. I mean, I don't know. You guys tell me. What stupid thing do you guys want to beat me up about?
You have to offer it up willingly.
I can't.
Yeah,
I don't
you
know.
have
That's
to
how it
care about
works.
something,
You have,
and then we'll make fun of that thing you care about until you cry on the inside a little bit.
All I care about is Jesus and my family and you guys. That's about it.
The third one was your mistake.
let me tell you about it, Elliot. Foiled again.
I have so many, like, you guys could beat me up on all sorts of things. I misread something on Facebook this morning. You guys can laugh at me for this if you want. It said, this is what I read. The rise of non-demon extraterrestrials has led to this kind of nonsense. And then it was a court case where the courts were getting involved in a church dispute, and it was some church, like not a mainline church, but like a
Some
Okay.
senior pastor tried to
It
pull
wa-
some stupid bull crap like putting in 1 week notice instead of 2.
Yes.
Yes, it was
Okay.
that nonsense.
Yeah.
Okay. And I was reading this for like, this was this morning when I first got up. That was a nice callback though.
Yeah.
I was reading this and I was like, I don't see anything about non-demon extraterrestrials. I don't even know what a non-demon extraterrestrial is. And then
Hazelnut drinkers.
Hey, yeah, thank you.
Hazelnut
And then I went back and I read that first.
I think hazelnut drinkers are the demon extraterrestrials to you guys.
Non.
Elliot.
Anyway, you're confusing me. I went back and reread it, and what it really said was non-denom ecclesiasticals.
Wow.
Way off. And I was like, oh, that makes a lot more sense.
It was wishful thinking.
I
When
was-
you read it the first time, you're like, oh my gosh, extraterrestrials? This is
You can beat me up on
this is
extraterrestrial.
my story.
Did you see that the second tranche of unclassified UFO stuff has been released? It's pretty crazy.
I saw that it was released. I didn't read the tranche.
Very few people are reading the tranches, except for people
But
who.
everyone will have an opinion about them.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
without having read them.
We just wait for the people on TikTok who pretend to go through them, or some of them actually go through them. I'm sure.
I'm unfamiliar with the term tranche. I only know it from The Big Short, where they use it in a like a synthetical CDO
Is that the one
stock
with?
market is
Is that the one with Steve Carell and
yes.
Ryan Gosling, all the guys?
A
wanna
tranche,
see
Cody, is a specific portion or division of a larger whole.
Yeah. Okay, so have you guys seen the movie?
No, I really
I've seen
want
clips.
To.
I want
Yeah.
to too. Yeah.
So in the movie, the word tranche comes up, and nobody knows what it means.
Like they admit they don't like.
And in the movie, they break the third wall.
Fourth
Is it
wall.
the fourth wall? Yeah. And so it's like, I think it's Ryan Gosling is saying the word tranche, and he stops and looks at the camera, and he said, "A tranche is a term or whatever. Here's Margot Robbie in a bathtub to explain it."
Oh my god!
And she's drinking champagne with bubbles everywhere, and she reads the definition of a tranche to you.
That's hilarious.
Or it cuts to some like they have is that Anthony Bourdain, the chef?
Bourdain.
Bourdain.
Bourdain. he's talking about synthetic CDOs, and nobody knows what that is. And he goes, "Here's Anthony Bourdain, a world-renowned chef, to explain CDO."
Was he still alive when that movie came out?
Well,
And
I'm
it
sure
cuts
was.
to him, and he's in the kitchen cooking, and he's
It's a pretty old movie.
he's talking about how these housing CDOs are made up, and so they break the fourth wall. Is that what you said?
I'm pretty sure that's what it is. It's been a while since I've
And people read definitions and give examples or like metaphors on what it means. It's really clever and fun.
Is I get on YouTube and I search up videos of people who order chicken fried steak thinking it was chicken fried chicken.
That was not an organic callback.
Look at the disappointment on his face.
Here. There it is.
There it is.
This isn't chicken.
Look at it. He didn't even realize until he took the first bite. What an idiot.
This chicken doesn't taste very chickeny.
You turned into 90-year-old Elliot. Probably because you'll still be making that mistake at 90 years old.
I'll make that mistake next week. Like it won't.
There's a restaurant.
Maybe now that we're talking about it, it'll stick in my brain this time.
There was a restaurant here in town that advertised that they had the best chicken fried steak in Tulsa. And I was like, okay. I don't know what I was thinking. Chicken fried steak in general isn't very good. Yeah. Like, can we be honest? We're Southerners. We grew up in Oklahoma. It's not very good. It's like a really thin
cut of meat. They bread and then cover in gravy, so you don't notice that it's not that good.
Exactly. And it's usually like if they don't cook it right, you got like sinew in it, and it's like tough.
No, I've had
rubbery.
some homemade chicken fried steak from some people who know what they're doing, and it's quite good.
My homemade chicken fried steak when I've made it is good, but it's so messy. It's so labor intensive to make.
Oh, yeah.
And this place, it was like they were advertising that theirs is the best in Tulsa. It was awful. It was the worst thing. It was huge, but it was one of the worst things I've ever eaten. But I don't go to chicken fried steak in general. Like that's not gonna. If I see a menu and it says chicken fried chicken or chicken fried steak, I'm probably gonna get the chicken fried chicken before I get chicken fried steak. Like if I went into a diner,
Yeah,
and they were like, well, we have chicken fried chicken and chicken fried steak.
and that's what
I'm probably getting the chicken fried chicken.
I feel like I didn't get it confused. Like maybe the first time I didn't know what it was, and then I was like, okay, mental note, this is steak. And then I was at a place and I saw the menu like chicken fried chicken. I was like, oh, so there's both, right? But then learning that there's both has just confused me.
Fool me can't fool me again.
I actually
Fool me again.
did.
Me can fool me again.
Apparently, yeah.
I actually did order you some chicken fried chicken.
You did.
It was just pre-chicken,
baby chicken,
pre-chicken fried chicken,
unborn chicken.
It was
It's scrambled eggs with your.
It was a chicken fried egg.
They had a chicken. They had a chicken fried egg, is what they called it.
It's a boiled egg. They boil an egg and then they dip it in chicken fried batter and then fry it.
It's good.
It was a chicken fried egg.
You can fry just about anything.
You did get some chicken fried chicken.
Yeah, we'll call that chicken fried chicken.
Have you ever had anything that was deep fried that wasn't good?
No, not that I can think of. Pretty much breading and frying stuff makes everything good.
Have you tried the deep fried Oreos?
No, we don't go to the fair very much, but those are, I'd like to
I don't think
try it once in my life.
I don't think I've ever had a deep fried dessert.
Well,
Not Oreo, cheesecake,
Obviously.
any of that stuff.
Yeah, right. Snickers, deep fried Snickers. Yeah.
deep fried Oreos are not great. Like you can have one or two, and then you're like, I better stop before my heart dies.
So for the listeners who
So
can't see us,
are they good but not delicious?
Man, I don't even know
are
that
they
they
delicious
were.
but bad for
They
you?
were okay. They were just okay.
They were just okay.
I guess I really don't like deep fried food when it comes down to it.
Oh.
French fries.
Yeah.
I like French fries all day, but that's probably about it. Chicken. I'd have chicken deep fried. That's about it.
Yeah, fried chicken.
Have you found something you can beat up on me about? I'm like throwing stuff out. Nothing's like super.
No,
wild.
because you haven't given anything that
You're
you
not
had an
passionate.
opinion about.
Yeah, you got to be passionate about it. I tried to
I'm
get
passionate
made
about so
fun of
little
you.
though. Well, no, actually,
That is so not
that's
true.
Yeah, I know. But the things I'm passionate about are so niche, and I just don't care.
No, passion is the wrong word. You were passionately excited about something, and he made fun of you. And I was
How did I make fun of him?
well, whatever we were going on about.
I just disagreed with him.
I was moderately interested in Hazelnut and got destroyed.
Lambasted.
Yeah. But you only hate things.
Yeah, that might be worth pointing out. Is that this is something that
He's passionate, but passionate
that I was passionate
against
about,
something.
and he didn't have anything even remotely positive to say about the topic that I brought up. It was attack from start to finish.
Yeah, that's true. I don't know. I guess that's my assignment this week.
I think
trying
you
to figure out
you
something
something
disagreed
you're
with
passionately
every
excited
statement.
about instead of passionately angry at.
Man, I don't get too excited about it.
That would be fun to play back. Like, I want to see if you agreed with any of the statements. Like, that would be like a fun tally. Like, I think you disagreed with every statement that I made.
No, I don't think so. Like, I agreed with you in general. I did, but like
You didn't come across in
oh
your words.
well, I kept saying was it's more nuanced than that. I would say yes, but it's more nuanced than that. And then with the hazelnut thing, like, who? Come on, just stop. Just stop. Guess what your Christmas present's going to be?
I already got my Christmas present.
French vanilla. What?
I got a book that I'm going to read.
Oh, that's right. That's not a Christmas present. I just gave that to you.
It's a May 23rd present.
May 23rd present.
Were we going to talk about the stories here, or
We've gone a while, and I'd probably prefer to do it after we've had our
we can.
debrief tonight.
I actually have to finish the last one today.
Oh, yeah, then we better not talk about it.
Dapper and Quill?
No,
No,
that was
it's
the
the
second.
second
to
to
That was
last.
the girl, the lady in the
in-
painting. Or,
Yeah.
yeah,
girl in the portrait or something.
yeah.
Just to give everybody context, I issued a challenge to the boys, and we extended it to the family so that it's a short story contest, short story challenge. So whoever has the best short story among the three of us will get the coin after tonight. So we'll pass the coin on, and then
Right. Adam's had the coin for a total of like 2 days.
We may pass the coin on. Adam may win it again.
I don't know, because the kids get to vote too. It's not just going to be what the three of us decide. So who knows? I think it's anybody's. I think it could be anybody's.
But we got 7 entries into the short story competition.
Yep. The three of us and then 4 of our kids did it. And I was so like, I can't even tell you how much. Here's something I'm positive about and excited about. Cannot tell you how much it warmed my heart to hear both of your wives talk about it. Cody, your wife said JC like wanted to read and wanted to write, and she hadn't seen that. And Leslie said that Lincoln was like actively reading.
You might have accidentally turned Lincoln into a reader after
Yeah.
this week. Like, he has learned to read, and he's read for school, and he's out all this stuff, but he's been indifferent at it at best. He read these stories, whipped through them, and then was like, I want to know more about these. I'm like, that's reading. That's
Yeah.
exciting. And he's already picked up a couple novels, and
That's
that the girls
fantastic.
really, some Brandon Sanderson novels that the
Yeah.
girls have read through. And he's like,
Mistborn stuff,
Yeah,
yeah.
he's starting to read through all those, and he's like,
And I did not plan for that at all, but it warmed my heart so much to see that.
And it's not like we were, preventing him from reading, but there's something different about like being made to read, and you're kind of like, meh, But then we didn't tell him he had to read these stories, but he's like, I want to see what everybody wrote, and he was actually, I think, probably for the first time in his life, just reading for pure pleasure,
Yeah.
and it was like, oh, this is enjoyable. I want to continue this.
Yeah. And something happens. Like, I remember vividly when I was 12 years old, I was on vacation down to see my extended family in Texas. And bless you. And I bought, you guys may not, you might have read this. It's called Heir to the Empire. It's a Star Wars novel by Timothy Zahn. He wrote a trilogy of Star Wars novels in like mid 90s, late 90s. And it was kind of like, it's quite a space. It was like 10 years after Return of the Jedi. And I think there may have been a couple of Star Wars novels. They weren't super commercially successful. Timothy Zahn, he's a Nebula Award winner, I think. And he's like he's a legit writer. And these books are amazing. They are incredible. Why they haven't made these into movies, I don't know. They've just started introducing the Grand Admiral Thrawn character in the last few Star Wars things that they've done, and he created that character. Okay. But I read Heir to the Empire, and I was not a reader. I didn't like reading. I thought it was a chore. It was super obnoxious. But when I got this book, man, it changed me. And I started devouring books. Now, all I did was read Star Wars novels for like
Yeah.
3 or 4 years.
Me and the Hardy Boys for a long time.
Yeah, like that.
Yeah.
But then it turned into I had to read Old Man and the Sea for school, and that is to this day my favorite Hemingway novel. And
I love
it
that
cascaded.
story.
Which one?
Old Man in the Sea.
Yeah, it's amazing. It is one of them. It's just one of the most amazing stories ever. Yeah. But anyway, something happens to somebody when they find something that they actually want to read, and I think it changes them. Yeah. Like it fundamentally changes them, and they can't go back after they found that one thing. So I've been trying for years with my kids. I'm like, well, why don't you try this book or try this book? And Asher's there now. I think he read the Mistborn trilogy, the first Mistborn trilogy, which if you guys haven't read it, it's phenomenal.
At this point, I'm the only one in the house who hasn't read it yet, so I probably should just read it.
I haven't read it.
It is. Sanderson is like Tolkien level amazing. Sanderson finished the Wheel of Time series, which you've read. Okay. He is a phenomenal author. But anyway, he's found something. Natalie, she hasn't quite found her thing yet, and Aiden's still a little young. But man, once you find that one, so I'm glad for Lincoln. I'm glad. I hope that does open his door up.
Yeah, we talked about that these challenges have opened up a whole new like avenue in life for learning things and exposing us to things that are fundamentally changing us and making a difference in our lives.
Yeah, like, pushing us.
And we discovered that during the chicken challenge, but it's interesting to see how these are adding to us and
Agree.
getting us to rise to occasions and to do things that we would normally never do.
Yeah.
Elliot was never going to sit down and write a short story.
Never.
No.
Never. I'm going to reserve my comments. But I'm super glad. I can't wait because it's.
Yeah, because we're all
technically
the families
you're
are going to get together tonight. We're going to debrief and we're going to talk about that, and then we'll probably talk about it on the next episode of the podcast.
How are we going to do that? Like, we're going to let everyone get up and talk about their story,
We'll
or
figure it out.
I kind of had like a rough idea in mind.
It's his challenge. He's got an idea.
Okay,
But it'll be
I know.
super
like,
informal.
Let
the kids play.
Leslie was asking me, he's like, "What's your challenge going to be?" Because the bar is set really high right now, and I don't have anything yet.
That's
I got to figure it out.
I've been wondering. I was actually going to say, as we wrap up the podcast, because we've been at it for quite a while. Like, what?
I don't know. I don't know what the next. It's on.
It is
me.
your turn.
It's my turn to come up with the next challenge for us. I don't know. I got to figure it out.
you don't have to know. You'll stumble across.
Yeah, I think I will. I'm actually off work for the next couple of days, so I can kind of decompress and think. And one of my goals will be to think about that.
It should be interesting because Cody's was the chicken challenge, and he's obviously more fit than you or I.
Yeah,
like you and I look like melted ice cream with our shirt on.
You look better than me, but yeah, we're in that neighborhood.
Yeah,
I'm in there. You're in the neighborhood. I have a house that neighborhood.
Hold on.
You drive through on occasion.
Hold on. He was about to describe me.
Yeah,
and you interrupted him.
I did.
No, I was just going to say he doesn't. He looks much better.
Cody lives in the chiseled from granite neighborhood.
Yeah, he's in the neighborhood adjacent to Dominic. Okay.
Yeah.
So
he's Dominic adjacent.
Dominic adjacent.
He's allowed to look over the fence.
Exactly.
in that neighborhood.
Yeah.
Can I come hang out with you guys?
Hey,
No.
Can I just say that Dominic is one of my favorite people. Like,
Well, as your son, he probably should be.
I know, but like if I want to go on vacation, like him and his family are the first people I think of. Like, I was just thinking about that the other day. I was like, man, we share stuff together that is just openly and honestly, and it is so refreshing to be around him. He is awesome. So being adjacent to him and getting to look over the fence, and
You'll take it.
yeah.
So, but chicken challenge was his idea. It has to do with diet, has to do with health and self-discipline. These are all in his wheelhouse. And I issue a short story challenge, more in my wheelhouse. I'm
Curious to figure out
really
what is in
curious.
Elliot's wheelhouse.
Yes.
We don't know yet. Yes. Me too. We're all going to discover that together.
I can't wait.
Ooh, I think I just thought of something.
For him? You're
Yeah.
going to give him the idea?
I'll run it by you, and then
Okay.
Okay.
we'll see. I want to see what you come up with.
Fair enough.
Yeah, that's fair. And maybe you and I can have breakfast after Elliot and I have breakfast, because he invited me to breakfast about an hour ago.
Yeah.
So, without you. And on that note, bye.
This is Beans, Vanilla, and Heresy saying, don't be racist.